Well, last week we mentioned the proposed law change by Ted Kennedy, which the idea was that Deval Patrick, governor of Massachusetts, who's been a guest on this show, would be able to appoint an interim senator. And there's going to be a special election here in Massachusetts, and it's going to be in January, if I remember correctly. January or December? You know, now I don't remember. I believe in January. Martha Coakley, the current attorney janitor, not the attorney janitor, but rather the attorney general, will be one of the candidates that's running. We're trying to get her on the show. I know that she is doing interviews, and we're going to hope to get her on soon. Now, I didn't mention this last week because I didn't have the details straight on it, but several people, including on the Midweek Politics message board on libertylounge.net, have told me that I didn't mention that the reason that law needs to be changed now to allow Governor Patrick to appoint an interim senator is because in 2004, Democrats with a wide majority in both the state House and the state Senate were concerned because at the time, then Republican Governor Mitt Romney had the power to fill any vacancy created by John Kerry, who, if you remember, was running for president. If he had won, Mitt Romney would have had the opportunity to choose who would replace him. Democrats didn't want that, so they said, whoa, let's change the law. Now they want to change it back, Democrats, that is, because of the situation with Ted Kennedy and having a Democrat in the governor's office. This is absolutely hypocrisy. We know the reasons that were given then, and we know the reasons being given now is that Massachusetts shouldn't be without full representation in the U.S. Senate. I understand the logic of both. I understand how arguments could be made for both by the same Democrats. I see it as hypocritical. It's politics. It's politics as usual, and there is hypocrisy, absolutely. And if there's nothing else to say, just I can't imagine any other argument I could make other than when it's a Democrat or a Republican is what dictates what the policy should be.
Yeah, it's Hippocratic, and I'm sure, you know, if you talk to a Democrat who was in favor of reversing this law, they'd probably use the death thing on their side as opposed to, you know.
But how would you even do that?
I don't know, but that's the only.
If the person dies instead of choosing to leave, then the rules should be different. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying for the point of argument.
Well, let's take a listen to Martha Coakley, who is the Massachusetts Attorney General. She will run for U.S. Senate. Here's why she said she will run.
I think we all realize that the urgency of this time is clear, and it is that urgency that drives my decision. Today, I announce my candidacy for United States Senate.
Okay, and then she had a couple of comments about the man she would be replacing, Senator Ted Kennedy.
We also face a crisis of confidence. We have lost our distinguished and tenacious Senator Ted Kennedy. We've depended upon him here in the Commonwealth and in Washington, and we will miss his strength, his leadership, and his sense of humor.
All right. Well, we'll hope to get Martha Coakley on the show. It'll be interesting to hear how this campaign will be different because she's replacing someone who was in the Senate for so long and who passed away, rather than a situation where someone is retiring or just not running again. The Obama school speech, which happened this week. So much controversy over this, and really none of it warranted. A lot of conservatives concerned that Barack Obama was going to indoctrinate their kids, that he was going to encourage liberalism, so on and so forth through the speech. Turns out nothing happened. It was actually a pretty conservative speech. Even Newt Gingrich enjoyed it. Let's take a listen to a couple of clips from Barack Obama's speech to school children of all ages.
But some of you might not have those advantages. Maybe you don't have adults in your life who give you the support that you need. Maybe someone in your family has lost their job and there's not enough money to go around. Maybe you live in a neighborhood where you don't feel safe or have friends who are pressuring you to do things you know aren't right. But at the end of the day, the circumstances of your life, what you look like, where you come from, how much money you have, what you've got going on at home, none of that is an excuse for neglecting your homework or having a bad attitude in school.
All right, and then Lewis, we'll skip to the third one, the 28-second clip. This is maybe the most conservative part of the speech, which is personal responsibility. Conservatives, at the same time that they complained about this speech, anecdotally, absolutely loving the conservative nature of this Barack Obama speech to kids.
And no matter what you want to do with your life, I guarantee that you'll need an education to do it. You want to be a doctor or a teacher or a police officer? You want to be a nurse or an architect, a lawyer or a member of our military? You're going to need a good education for every single one of those careers. You cannot drop out of school and just drop into a good job.
All right, hey, you've got to work for it. So here, let's take a listen to, this is really pretty funny. This is a combination. We're going to hear some statements by Barack Obama, and then mixed in with it, we're going to hear the complaints and concerns from Fox News about the speech. And it's amazing to me how unwarranted all of this was. And it was almost like the teabaggers, which, by the way, we'll get to later, just completely trumped up and made it's fake drama is the only way I can call it. Let's take a listen.
Thank you, everybody. All right, everybody, go ahead and have a seat.
Just when you think that this administration can't get any more surreal and Orwellian, here he comes to indoctrinate our children.
Every single one of you has something to offer.
Well, I don't want him to take children away, but I don't want him to take their minds away either.
I'm calling on each of you to set your own goals for your education.
They are using these kids as political guinea pigs for hope and change.
Your goal can be something as simple as doing all your homework.
They are capturing your kids.
Maybe you'll decide to get involved in an extracurricular activity.
This is creepy.
Maybe you'll decide to stand up for kids who are being teased or bullied.
To many parents in particular, it's a little threatening.
And you
Okay, so nothing threatening about the speech, nothing creepy about the speech, and you heard there, it's like Jekyll and Hyde on Fox News. There's the two personalities. You just heard the one, which is the fear-mongering, the scaring accusations about the speech, accusations of Barack Obama getting into your living room, and so on and so forth. Here's the other personality, which acts completely separate, as if completely unrelated to them. There were people talking about Barack Obama indoctrinating their kids.
Controversy continues to erupt all around President Obama. From his planned speech on Tuesday to public school students across the country, the White House says that the president is just going to encourage kids to do their best to stay in school. But some people are raising suspicious eyebrows, even using words like indoctrination.
Some people are using words like indoctrination. Not Fox News every 15 minutes for the last week. Some people. I don't know who those people would be, according to this young Fox News reporter. But some people would call it indoctrination. Here's Lou Dobbs.
You know, and the fact that we object to a president, a highly partisan president, by the way, in trying to indoctrinate our kids that they should be serving the president of the United States, when, by the way, in my book, it's the president who should be serving the American people.
Barack Obama is a partisan president. If he wasn't as partisan, then Lou Dobbs would be okay with this. Which president has not been partisan in recent history? Let's see. We had George W. Bush. We had Bill Clinton. Now, he was pretty partisan. We had George H.W. I don't remember a president that wasn't partisan. But if he was, that's the problem Lou Dobbs has. This is a particularly partisan president. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on the Lou Dobbs show.
who uses children to serve his needs.
Right, rather than serving the needs of children.
Not a single one of these these just ridiculous politicians.
Okay, and let's take a listen to Rush Limbaugh. What did he think about this entire thing?
Well, Ingrid, let me help you out here. You didn't hear what I had to say about the speech. Let me recap it for you. Lied through his teeth. He talked about personal responsibility when he doesn't believe it. He urged these kids to go out and take responsibility to work hard and so forth when there's not one damn thing in his agenda that promotes that.
All right, so Rush Limbaugh didn't like it. Some people surprised that Newt Gingrich liked the speech. He said that this represents conservative values. Everybody should read it. He absolutely loved this speech. Let's listen to good old Newt.
If he could give a speech tomorrow night in the tone of his speech today to the students, this country would be much better off. It's a good speech. I recommend it to everybody if you have any doubts. I would love to have every child in America read it, think about it, and learn that they should stay in school and they should study.